Your voice deserves to be heard. Any change, even a change for the better, is always accompanied by drawbacks and discomforts. Arnold Bennett. The truth about speaking up. In Proverbs 12:14, we learn wise words bring many benefits, and hard work brings rewards. Leslie Vernick talks about speaking up in her book, The Emotionally Destructive Relationship. And Leslie puts it this way. She says, many people find it impossible to speak up calmly and directly about what they don't like. We put up and shut up because we don't want to upset anyone or have them think poorly of us. That is until we're so angry we just don't care anymore. And then we blow up. Then we feel guilty and ashamed and start the same dance all over again. Have you been there? For us to grow and change, we must take responsibility for ourselves, understand our thoughts and feelings, face our fears, clarify in our own minds what our problem is, and gather our courage to speak up. God calls us to be peacemakers, not peacekeepers. As believers, we are called to pursue peace, which may mean risking conflict in order to bring about a genuine peace. You can find that in Psalms 34:14. It is not selfish to identify what you want or don't want to share those things with others when appropriate. That kind of authenticity is an element of good mental and emotional health. We become selfish only when we are inconsiderate of what other people want or need, or when we expect everyone to cater to what we want all of the time. I think Leslie, she hit the nail on the head, because today I had to confront my coach on today. Yep, how I confronted my coach on today. I want to share briefly with you how that went on today. So on today, I had a Zoom call with my new coach, and it is a transition from my previous coach because the creator, the leader of the organization, felt it best to shift some things around. And so in that shifting and transition, I ended up with a new coach. Well, I had to confront my coach today because I initially came into the program having spoken with this particular coach some months ago. And in our conversation, whether it was my perception, misperception, or just misunderstanding, miscommunication, it could be a number of things. But from that conversation that we had, I perceived that he said some things to me that were offensive. And so as a result of that, when I learned that he was going to be my new coach, I was a little apprehensive and wasn't really sure how this was going to work out. And so having the first conversation with him again on today, the first thing that I wanted to do after we had prayer, of course, was to clear the air and let him know my concerns about our previous conversation. And so I did. I shared it with him, what I heard him say, and shared with him how that made me feel, in the vein of being open and honest and clearing the air, because you have to have a good working relationship to be able to make progress. You have to be open and honest and upfront about things to be able to learn, to be able to glean and hear what that coach is going to be imparting to you. Well, I do anyway. I'm speaking for myself. And so therefore I felt the need, it was necessary for me to let him know what I heard him say. And so in that, I shared, and he tentatively listened. And I do feel like he heard what I had to say. And so that was a win. That was a good thing, that he did listen and seemingly heard what I had to say, and also gave some self-reflection, that also was a plus, which in turn gave me something to tuck away in my toolbox so that I can use it as well when I'm working with my clients that I'll be working with. And so what that was, he did say that in me expressing what I had to express, that there is no need for me to worry about him taking it personal, because in fact, he said that he didn't take it personal, and that it also gave him a source of a reflection as well. And so with that being said, that was definitely something for me to take away and to use as needed. And so yeah, so getting that out was necessary. It set the tone for the session, and I believe it set the tone going forward as well. Now, some things that could have happened, I could have avoided. I could have avoided him, not showed up for the call, made excuses to why I didn't want to meet with him. Or I could have come to the call stoic, and just had a wall up, and would have just wasted both of our time, which would have definitely been non-productive. Also, could have been very sarcastic, could have come to the call with an attitude. Yes, with an attitude, because I don't know about you, but yeah, I know how to do that. I know how to do that. However, that would not be productive. That would not be productive, nor would it be Christ-like. And so that's not what I'm after at all. And so no, didn't come with an attitude to be sarcastic, to just listen to what he said and find find fault in everything that he said. Nope, didn't respond in that way either. And so with that being said, I'm thankful that those three things that I just referenced, that those are things that my younger self, my previous self could have done easily and thought nothing about it. However, we cannot intentionally offend people. We cannot intentionally have a motive to wait for an opportunity to get even with someone, even if it's through words, even if it's through body language, even if it's through our actions and even inactions. So that's not what we're created to do, and that would definitely be non-productive. And so it's a choice. At the end of the day, it is a choice that we can choose to make or not to make. And that was also something that we discussed on our call today, is that it's about making a choice to do what's right because it's the right thing to do. To do what's right because it's the right thing to do. And so I chose to handle it in a non-threatening way, to be a peacemaker, not a peacekeeper per se, but to be a peacemaker, because we're definitely supposed to be peacemakers. And so I'm thankful that it went well, and he responded well. He listened to what I had to say. I felt heard, and that was very important because, again, as I started off, your voice does matter. Your voice does need to be heard. And so when you can be heard, and when your voice matters, it can definitely make a difference. And it will make a difference because it's supposed to make a difference. So that is how I confronted my coach today. And I hope that something that I said here on today, I hope that you got, that you received some takeaways from it. If you have any input, please feel free to leave a comment as well, and share how you may have confronted someone that you needed to confront, because confronting someone or something, a situation, is not a comfortable thing. However, more often than not, it needs to be done, because if it's not done, it'll be, as they say, it'll be the elephant in the room. And who wants to be in a room under such a heavy um, spirit, a heavy burden, walking around on eggshells? Who wants to do that? Who wants to live like that? No, it's just best to be upfront, open, honest, and authentic. Authentic. That is very important, is to be authentic, because my personal mantra is, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And so when you come from the heart, it will reach the heart in some shape, form, or fashion. So that is all I have today. The truth about speaking up. Your voice deserves to be heard. And I will see you next time to share a little more truth about what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Have a great day, everyone. And thanks for listening. Have a great day.